Hi. Um, Women uh, and the, the system manipulation. Let's see this example. I've been talking about this, but we need to understand exactly what this is about. In first place, um, you know, as you can see, uh, we have the satanic roads, black, synthetic, and then remember, what this is about? Oh, this is coming from oil, you know. Then they say it's fossil. Mm. So they take the most as possible from your wallet. So you pay very expensive your fuel, your car fuel. Well, but then there are other things. Day by day, more and more plastics and clothes also plastic and using more and more black. Why? You see, in first place, you have a situation which is um, basically the easy way. That we can see in children that we see in adults the same. That is imitation and then influence and imitation and well, no rational mind, no reason, no, you see, no consciousness, no, and then, well, this is about what I want to come with the next video. For now, let's keep with this explanation. Now, you see, the same thing you can see the black putting like this, walking or driving or whatever uh, on satanic path, the satanic world, satanic way. The same, you can see several signs like what the black shit the judges and lawyers and so on uses students and then you can see uh, for instance what you read books newspapers and so on everything you see black so you are uh, uh, basically living in satanic world. Yeah. But you see, what is this is all about? You see, then there is another sign, as I've been showing, That is the agenda that leads people into this world, the black world, which is the agenda you can see everywhere. Uh, the signs red and blue. Red is about private fruit and blue about spirit. Wow. So uh, I can show you some examples, but this is from here. Just to show you that you can find everywhere this kind of thing, like in roads. You see the prohibits and obligatory signs, red and blue. The same shit, but they are putting this symbol, which is the satanic agenda. And the people don't read the same. See. No, exactly. Then there is an image you may know that came from religion, the image of Eve and Adam, where you can read something like this in men, which we call uh, Adam apple. Well, you see, the apple that Adam eats is given by Eve, even Eva. Oh, Eve. uh, you see, what is his take? So what they do is exactly that. They use women because they are easy to manipulate. And so you can see today they are always making people's mind uh, around things like the idea that men are uh, bad, are violent, are danger. You see, they are manipulating people. You see, this is an agenda that is served by Soros, uh, like others, like um, the gender, the gay, lesbian, and so on. And so he is simply um, um, in like in command in Europe, European Union Parliament. Now, you see, I don't know about your knowledge around the story, but mainly there are signs everywhere people can read. And one of them, those is um, in during the first industrial revolution. Um, because this mafia organization economic groups um, do what they want, and then back then they were used uh, um, people, workers, as they wanted. So people need to come to the cities because life it was difficult. Because why? Because the same shit, they put things in that order. So people always has uh, a life like people are slaves, but not. I don't want to go deep with this. Just to show you that um, so at that time they use workers when they wanted, when they needed, and then people uh, were long time with no work, and again they they had difficulties in life, misery that they had problems that they need to solve. And so men uh, try to organize them and uh, try to put things in order to, uh, you know, um, but you see, the, the system is a mafia organization, you see, and so the power is in their hands. Everything serves them. Politicians, um, uh, public service, from police to judges to everything. Everything serves that interest, the power interest. And so it's always the power that is in stake, and power justifies itself. See, the scheme or the system is a crime, but that is for another video. So, what I'm here to bring you is what did what they did then were to um, were they manipulate people. Of course, um, back then they had no television, no papers, nothing, but they had other ways, of course, ways of influence, power, and so on. And so you see, in the end, women were manipulated, and with that pressure, misery, what happened is was women uh, put the pressure on their husbands, and somehow they took their will to the other side, which means they put their will their life, the other's life, everything in the enemy hands. That is the situation. So not only they were working, I don't know how many hours a day, long hours, many, I don't know. But they put children, their children, too, working sometimes under you see, then their husbands saw that and and they couldn't handle the situation. Yes, uh, they were their wives, their children, and they had know how to fight with uh, against this situation. And then they not only that sometimes they saw the um, there's doctors being um, under prostitution situation. So what they came into was, of course, alcohol. What else? They had nothing, and alcohol was then like a kind of um, remedy to reduce their pain, something like that. It was they had nothing to, you know. So you see, this is something, and today is the same thing. So women were, and they still are being used by this situation, this system, this satanic system, this mafia. People have no idea what they are doing. From I don't know, everybody basically. The main thing here is about responsibility, where you can read something like teachers and so on.
Bom dia.
Yeah. And so, you see, women are not the problem, but they are submitting themselves as part of the problem. See? So, people need to ask themselves, what is going on? And if people need to consider, it's not something like uh, the idea of duality, men, women, you see, male, female. Because what is at stake is human nature, where you can read then something like, okay, female, divine, like today is a new concept that you can find um, divine feminine and divine masculine, which means basically human nature is not about the body, is not about a kind of animal. No. You see, so the thing here is people need to stop with this orientation, or this kind of way of thinking. People need to point things out. You see, change the way. Respect and not uh, put, in, put themselves under this um, interest, satanic interest. You see? So people need to wake up and put things in order. So that is basically about everything. Mainly the idea of that the idea that people conceive around the system, which is representativeness, which is the fraud. What is about is consciousness. Legitimacy has to do with consciousness. Without that, there is no legitimacy. That's why the system is a crime. Well, you see, an example. One of those weapons they use to work, to put this working, is bullying. In every way they use it. School, police, everywhere, everything. They use bullying. You have to believe, you have to accept, and you have to obey. No proof, no justification whatsoever. Always the illusion. And so, you see, this is a scheme. This is crime. And the other thing here, basically, is the excuse. Basically, around the public service that put this system, this scheme in working, in sustaining this shit. You can see everywhere, in every kind of service, from common workers to Georgians, police, and so on. Everywhere, everybody has the same shit of excuse. Or they say, I have to obey orders, or like Georges, I have to obey the law. Oh, I'm sorry. That is crime. That is not justified. That is not legitimate. So it's crime. You see, that is for another video, but just to show you what is at stake here. So you need to stop with this shit. Understand, women are not a problem, but they are submitting themselves into to serve this shit. So being part of the problem. People need to wake up. and change the way. So women need to do the same as men, which is try to uh, gain consciousness, understand things, and not instead of defending their beliefs, their interests. You see, so if there is a problem in a marriage, well, people need to work on that, need to try to understand what is the cause of the problem. Doesn't matter if it's women or men, they are in the same. So I need to understand, respect, and help each other. So keep well. Till next one.